friendship shouldn't be a necessity. This is what
Why
my issue
not?
is. Oh, you think friendship should be a
I think
necessity?
friendship is a necessity.
Wow.
He keeps asking when is daddy coming home.
I lost my job.
I've been single for about 2 years. He just doesn't understand.
Gift of the gab. Share your views. Speak your truths.
Hello. Welcome to G.O.T.G. Today we're going to have a discussion, a female's perception of friendship. And I'm going to give like a backdoor account of what I've experienced when seeing a group of female friends. So I'm going to throw a few spanners in there. So yeah, we've got a guest here today by the name of Simone.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's good, I'm very good, thank you.
Fantastic. So please share with us, what's your take on friendship?
For me personally, like, after family, friendship is probably one of the most important relationships I'll have, like, honestly. I feel like nowadays friendship is very important because, like, friendship to me is like your chosen family. Like, you've chosen these people to be in your lives. You've chosen to share your deepest, darkest secrets, all your greatest successes, all your trials and tribulations with them. So if I'm going to do that with a person, obviously you need to establish trust and loyalty, which I think are probably the most two essential parts of a friendship.
Definitely. Trust
and loyalty and commitment as well. Like, and even in romantic relationships, before you get to the romantic stage, you form a friendship.
Definitely.
So that's why, for me, friendship is very important.
Can I just ask you a question though?
Yeah.
You see these characteristics that you said that you base your friendship on. Are you aware that the friends that you might be so close to don't see it the same as you do? Or but you're fine with that?
Not necessarily. I think it comes with age for you to identify those characteristics first. Because when you're younger, you're not thinking about is she loyal, if he or she is loyal to me, are they committed to me? Because obviously I'm young, they're just people I enjoy spending my time with. But as you get older and life starts to life and you start to adult as a person, for me as a person, when it comes to those characteristics, I see what I offer as a friend.
Yeah.
And if what I offer a person can't do that for me, then I know they're not my friend. So with me, I'm a loyal friend, I'm a trustworthy friend, I'm gonna ride or die for you basically at the end of the day.
100%. But you know, sometimes some people don't do it for you, but not because they don't want to, sometimes they're not able to. Because you know what, it's the way you introduce yourself and your introductions in regards to friendship is very powerful. And I'm like, yo, even though I'm not judging your friends or anything, I'm just like, yo, do her friends see it that way? Do you understand what I mean?
I feel like the friends that I've made now definitely do, but that's just not based on me. Like, if we're going to segue into why I see that, that's more based on having friendships formed within Christ. Those type of friends, that's why.
Okay. And one question I want to ask you in regards to friendship, how important is friendship in regards to maybe you seeing someone like for having a boyfriend or a partner? How important is that? How much would that, your friends, impact your...
I feel like, for example, with my close female friends, for example.
Yeah, it's going to be your close.
They, not necessarily, not all the time, but with my close female friends, they don't know me better than myself, but they obviously, if they're true of heart, they're going to want what's best for me. They're going to know what I'm attracted to, what I deserve, what I'm worthy of as well, because they also understand how I am. So in regards to relationship, I'm not too buddy in the beginning with exposing it. Exposing that side, but then of my relationship, but I'm going to make them aware because you never know if it's a successful relationship that's going to be my maid of honor. That's going to be, do you know what I mean? Yeah. But in terms of relationship, I feel like you have to set a boundary with your female friends, but you always know the intention. I feel like you can always see the true intention of your friends when you get into a relationship.
I think that's what you have to determine first.
100%.
Well, it's something you have to find out because sometimes, as like we've said on previous book, people change.
100%.
So initially, you could see someone and it could just be fun to them and it could be happy for you. But when this is serious and it's taken into their time and maybe they're seeing this sometimes it can change to be a bit envious.
So I feel like one of the big things that like a lot of people discuss is like they hate girls or guys that when they have a partner they forget their friends. But what I feel like people need to understand is that your partner is essentially going to become your best friend. That's what you should seek in your partner first and foremost, that they're your best friend. But then like I said, it's finding time and setting those boundaries for your friends and yourself to understand, oh babe, I'm going out with the girls tonight, I'm going out with the guys tonight. Or like, girls, I'm with my boo tonight. Do you know what I mean? It's just the lack of communication that may not be happening. But if they're your friends, they're gonna understand you Like you're going to do it naturally. You're going to want to see your friends. You're going to want to spend time with your partner. So if it's good and if it's right, everything should work.
Yeah, that's
if
true.
it becomes a problem, which obviously, realistically, not everything's perfect.
Yeah.
Your friends should be able to take accountability for that, and they should be able to be comfortable to have that conversation with you, or you should be able to have that conversation with them, or your partner should be able to have a conversation with them. Like, beggars can't be choosers. If you don't speak on it, how am I supposed to know?
I totally hear what you're
It's
saying.
very important.
But do you think your friends see it the same way you do as well?
Not necessarily, no, because I feel like through what I've seen the power of friendship both negatively and positively, and I feel like just the way I am and the way I just value relationships in general, I hold friendship friendship quite highly, and I feel like if you're fortunate to have good friendships or good familial relationships, you're not going to see the value of friendships the way I would. Bearing in mind, the idea of people to me is very interesting, and the way individuals come together to form whatever they form is very interesting to me, and I feel like it's very integral. So the idea of friendship to me is a very interesting thing to study and witness as well. So that's why for me, when it comes to friendship, people are like, why do you care so much? Why do you care so much? Because like, if I've chosen to expose myself to you through the good, the bad, and the ugly, which is what I class life as, then I need to make sure that you're able to handle that you're not going to leave me. Because another thing that comes with friendship that I think is more painful is the idea of a friendship heartbreak. Like,
but you know what? That's something that's always going to happen. As human beings, you're always going to be disappointed and let down by somebody, and that doesn't make them a bad friend. They can just be weak. So sometimes, maybe, do you think maybe you're asking too much for friendship?
Probably, but then I feel like that's just the way I've been nurtured. I may see friendship so highly because I lack something somewhere else.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So maybe I not dive into that, but that's probably why, because I have the ability to choose. I'm going to make sure that it's the best thing for me, and it's going to be almost as perfect because I get to make that decision.
Definitely, but you see what in life we've got to understand is that even with you yourself, people have a certain perception of you, which is going to be seen kind of edited. So a friend or somebody, a potential friend or a candidate for friendship might give you the sign that they're ticking all the right boxes to do that, but inside
it might not be. And
so
I think with that I've seen that.
I've seen that. That's happened to you.
I've seen that. It's only recently that I've experienced the beauty of friendship.
Yeah.
Back in the day, me and friend, I didn't think I was going to have friends. I never really, even the word friend for me, I use very loosely.
Yeah.
I have mutuals, I have acquaintances, I have like colleagues, I have like people that I had studied with and stuff like that. But for me to define you as my friend, that title holds power, it holds significance. So not everyone gets that word.
Because you see, for me, what I find to be better, like sometimes I do more of my homework on me, my own work on me, and then expect less from a friendship.
Do you understand
what I mean? I think that is the key factor to like do more on yourself, for yourself, and by yourself,
I think
and expect less, and then expect less from a friendship because everyone's got their own challenges and everyone has a moment of weakness. Do you understand what I mean? I
feel like for me, one thing I've learned recently, like especially this year, is to become your own best friend.
Of course.
I think I want a friend that's able to check me, that's able to tell, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like when I'm wrong, like, they'll be like, that's not you.
Yeah.
Like, but that's.
But the funny thing is, I think these are things that you need to be able to do yourself.
Oh no, I'm able to do that for myself first, but because I can do that, because I've established that within myself already. Like, okay, to cut long story short, your friends, in my opinion, should be an extension of yourself.
See that?
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like
friends that I've heard the things of show me your friends and I show you your character, show me your friends and I show you
that's what I mean.
But do you know the funny thing is, like, no matter how intimate you are with a friend and how close you are with a friend will never know you 100%. They say, oh, I know you. Nobody knows
you. But
you
you'll never know yourself 100%.
Yeah, exactly. But people, when you're on your own, you realise when you have an issue, that's when you realise how you're most lonely you are. People can support you and give you advice, but we are realistically alone. We can ask for advice, thought-provoking, but I think once we start...
But then if you trap yourself in that ideology, then you're not a person that's going to want to seek any form of friendship.
I understand that, but I think you're more trapping yourself seeking for friends because you're limiting yourself to be of understanding of a certain people and a certain relationship with somebody, like because I don't want to say this to upset them, or maybe this,
but then that's
or that's
your friend then.
No, but no.
I feel like your friends. The thing with me, like, just one thing about me is I'm a very unfiltered person. Like the way I've been brought up, the way everyone that I'm around that I love, we're tough lovers. Like we don't sugarcoat stuff. And that's both a blessing and a curse for me. But I've made that clear to my friends. For you to filter yourself around people, obviously there's certain scenarios and circumstances where you have to because you don't want to cause confrontation and destruction. But with someone, like I said, for the idea of my ideals of friendship and what a friend is to me is raw, unfiltered, uncut, like in that essence. And that might not be for you, which is fine. But for what I seek in a person, and for what, because maybe like I said before, that's where maybe I was lacking in other relationships. I want to have the freedom to be unapologetic, and that's not with. I don't think that. I mean, I'm not like with everybody. The friends that I have, I can count on.
How do you know that what you're asking for and what you require is not too much for your friends, but due to sentiment they're putting up with it?
Then they're not my friend.
No. This is what I'm saying. But that's your definition.
No,
of
they're
friendship.
my friend. They're not.
Do you understand what I mean?
No, I understand.
So you might be asking too much of them. Like you might think, man, but because they love you, then that relationship you have with them may be good for you, but it might not be healthy for them.
But then if that's the case, that's when I need to be alone. Then. Like I said, I'm my own best friend. If I'm asking too much of someone, or if they feel like it's too much.
No, but that's what I'm saying. They can do. It could be too much for them without them identifying it to you. They might not even identify it to themselves. Do you understand what I mean?
But then I feel like with me, and this is not to even big up myself, just with anyone in general. If you're going to choose your friends, then I feel like everyone is a judge of character, and who you choose to be your friends with. So if you're from what I hear you saying, you may be seeing it as a pressure that I'm holding over my friends to have those characteristics and stuff like that.
Without them knowing.
So if that's the case, may be, then like any relationship, I need to communicate that. Or I feel like
it's not you to communicate that though, it's them.
No, we need to both communicate.
But I'm saying if they're not conscious of it, do you understand what I'm saying?
But they may not be conscious of it, but I feel like, how do I say this? Okay, so let's say one of my best friends that I actually have right now, she's a godsend. The way we are, we know it's beyond it's beyond us. That's God putting us in each other's lives.
Okay.
So for that instance, when it comes to pressure of that, I know everything that I'm saying when it comes to what I seek in a friendship. She has, but it's not one side. She also is able to do what I'm saying about friendships with me. So it's not an expectation. It's not something I desire. It's something that we intrinsically expose and give to one another.
How long have you been friends for?
Funnily enough, I met her. We met in first year uni, and she didn't stay for the full year. But when we met, something just clicked, and people were like, "Oh my God, have you been friends with her?" And then she left, and she came back, and she took me to church with her. And then and she, funny enough, told me she just thought, "Oh, I'll just go to church with her." She didn't think that we would be the way we are now. But we just clicked.
Well, so you've been short friends, but it's been
short and impactful.
Yeah. Definitely.
So,
but you know, realistically, as true friendships, and you can see what you're lacking, she's there, and what
she's lacking.
Because sometimes you can see it more than she can, and she can see yours more. So, because you can kind of see each other's problems and what the issues are. So, really, what you lot should be doing is, well, I'm not saying you're not doing that, is supporting each other so you can do it by yourselves.
Oh, 100%, and we do that, no.
Do you understand what I mean? So rather than it always be...
But then the idea of friendship is not really to then be alone. Not alone or by yourself. But
friendship shouldn't be a necessity. This is what my issue is. Oh, you think friendship should be a necessity?
I think friendship is a necessity.
Wow.
You don't think friendship is a necessity?
A necessity? No, I don't.
Really?
No. And you're someone that's really good with English, so I know you know exactly what necessity means.
No, I generally believe friendship is a necessity.
You do, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, you can have dialogue, you can trade information with somebody.
But see, the way you're even the word you're using to
But that's not how I'm describing friendship.
Okay, so what are your ideas of friendship then?
What friendship?
What do you view friendship as?
I just view friendship as me being vulnerable to a person, opening up all my insecurities and all my mindsets and my issues with, and I don't see the need to do that.
Fair enough.
Like the more vulnerable I allow myself to be to a person, the more the friendship is called to be close. And I don't think that's fair. Don't get me wrong, I've got friends. I've got friends that I've got love for and whatever and what have you. But I just don't feel comfortable, for myself. And whatever it may be, it might be insecurities, issues, or psychological imbalance. I don't feel comfortable as a man now, going to make myself vulnerable to another man that has the same 24 hours in a day as I have and has even maybe more issues than I have. For me, but that might be, I don't know, that might be just, I don't even think it's a man or a woman thing. That's just a nurturing and a life thing. Life showed me.
And I feel like with me... No, I get what you're saying. It's interesting because I understand that. Like I can understand where that could. The reason why I see friendship as a necessity is the sense that the lenses that you see, the way you see yourself, is very biased and very binary, and the ability to see yourself through other people, for me, through people that generally have like through the idea of friendship, like. With my friends, are actually my friends, to be able to see myself, like I said, to be able to see the extensions of my personality or my character with other people.
Can I say something though, Simone? You will never, ever know how your friends truly see you. Even if they tell you, sometimes they don't even know because we change and it's an emotional. And no two people will have the same revelation about you, so it's not that important to me. But for me, look, so from a man's point of view, I've seen girls in a club, they're drinking from the same straw or whatever, what have you, and they look like sisters, and you might end up getting one of their numbers, innit? So you get one of their numbers, and then you end up talking and you get very close with them and whatever, and you're going out on dates and that. Then you mention their friend to them, your friend, she's not my friend, man. That girl likes too much, man. She's always linking this guy and sleeping around and that. And me being who I am, sometimes I shouldn't say things like that. Yeah. When girls say to me, she's always sleeping with this person and that person, I'm like, but you're always with her. So when she's doing that, what are you doing? Yeah. No, so I said it to somebody, because I said it to somebody, and then when I said that to them, they went very quiet on the phone, innit? Because I didn't mean to be confrontational, but you're not going to talk. You're speaking. Yeah, you're not going to talk to me like I'm a fish, man. Like you could just I feel like that's not the no, that's not a definition of friend. That's just not a definition of friend. Sorry, that's what I was saying. I don't think. I understand that because I've been in scenarios as well as that, but sorry to even go on. But what upset me the most was that the person that she was rubbishing had no idea, and that's not fair. And I don't think that's not friendship. That's a deficit of being a female. No, but you're saying it's not friendship, but it's only because you can see everything holistically. In regards to the person, for example, the victim, let's call the victim. The victim's going to see it as a friendship. I have been a victim of this, and I've also done this. Yeah. That's just the way females are. Like, we love to gossip, we love to do stuff. But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, females always know who their friends are and who their friends aren't. Females always know, for example. Do you know what I'm going to say that? Let me tell you that. People think that they give themselves a full sense of security that they know. And if you did know those kind of things, that you do believe that you did know or you do know, then you wouldn't need that friend to help you with certain other things. Exactly. Which means we don't know everything. No, but you know what? Some people don't even know themselves to let them. You haven't finished knowing yourself, and I'm still learning new things about myself every day. To say that we know somebody else, do you understand what I mean? I feel like that's the beauty of the male mind, because we a female in my paper has something from what you said. That was a very simple. You gave a very simple and straightforward answer to that. Whereas I'm saying, with the way I see the female friendships happen, like, I feel like females could stay friends with a person they may not particularly like. Well, that's not healthy, is it? It's not. It's not friendship. It's not, but we would say that I've stayed in friendships or like in group friendships where I may not like one person. For example,
I've been in a friendship where there's been like maybe 4, 6 girls, right? And like one girl has done something very, like maybe very bad to me, but no one has said anything. And I don't want to be the one to cause a problem, so I firm the situation, knowing that we're not friends. I feel like both the dynamic of female friendships, we'll put ourselves in a position where they do become quite toxic. Is that we just won't make a big deal out of it, and we'll do the gossiping and talking behind the back.
The funny thing is,
that's
what I'm thinking. We shouldn't generalise it like that, because there's a lot of women as well that would not put up with that.
That's true.
Do you understand?
That's
not
true.
put up with that.
And I can say now I wouldn't.
Yeah, exactly. So then and you've grown now.
Yeah.
So obviously there's certain things that you were lacking that you've addressed now. That you understand what I mean?
I probably felt I didn't have the freedom or like the power to like.
Yeah.
But I also think with females, there's a fear as well. There's a fear in friendship, like that you get from like.
Do you think it's more of a rejection thing that?
Because
it's a woman kind of thing. I don't want to sound like.
No, it's fair. I feel like the ideas of like, because a lot of things have been coming up recently, like on social media, is that like pretty girls are friends with pretty girls. Yeah. And it's like you're only my friend because I'm pretty, or I carry a certain aesthetic, or I have money, or I can afford designer, or I can live such a lavish life. It's a problem.
I don't even think it's just an aesthetic thing. I think it's not. I don't think it's something that it's not a looks thing. It's just rejection in any way, because you could be pretty, and then people could be going out and not invited. They could go to certain factions.
100%.
Everyone wants to be a part of a certain thing.
That first thing you say, people you can be pretty, people not invited.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
That one, I feel like. Girls are also very jealous.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Jealousy is very.
But every human being, you understand what I mean, can show some symptoms of jealousy and insecurities, and you can make someone insecure.
But I don't feel like it's the same in male friendships.
Well, it's everywhere. It's part of being
a
human being.
I feel like, obviously, I'm not a man, so I understand.
What, you think men are not like that?
No, I think they are, but the way they go about it is different.
But not two women will do it the same way.
No, I don't think that's the case. I feel like, for example, if men fall out, or if men have an argument, for example, from what I've seen, who either fight or have words of exchange, and then I've seen like my guy friends be friends in the next 10 minutes. Girls can carry a grudge for a lifetime.
Yeah, well, that's.
And they can equally miss that friend, but their pride, their ego, or whatever will not allow them to speak on it.
Well, that might be a broken woman, isn't it? Or a broken girl, then, isn't it? It's not someone.
I don't think necessarily that's the case. I just think that's a systemic thing that's just happened now in society. I feel like that's the way society has molded like the idea of like maybe the dynamics of male and female friendships to be like. I know boys, you could like, for example, I know guys necessarily that maybe have slept with the same girl, they can still be friends.
Yeah, I know that.
I know girls that.
But most of the time,
you're this and that. I can't believe you did that.
But most of the time when they do that, and their friends, because they don't respect the girl. Maybe I don't know, but you know, I mean, there's so many different.
The intentions
things,
different,
but I don't think we can generalize friendship in regards to male or female, because I don't know no one else like that.
Like generalization in what sense? Like we can't generally compare.
Say that this and this, and I think to be the best person, to be a best friend, and offer a best friendship, you've got to make sure you're in a good place, because when you're broken, you're either going to ask too much of a friendship.
That's true.
Or
you're
going to be one that they're going to be able to be taken advantage of, because you're going to want to try and please and fill the void. So we need to sort out our voids before we can.
So then, what about the dynamics between male and female friendships?
That's a bit more interesting, isn't
because
it?
With that one, ideally, that's the best of both worlds.
Maybe we'll do that one on another pod for another time, innit? I don't know how we're going to sum it up though, because it's things where I understand your take on friendships, that they mean a lot to you. You know, you're there for them and they're there for you.
I thought sum up as Simone sees friendship as a necessity.
Yeah, as a necessity.
G.O.T.G doesn't see it as a necessity.
Not at all.
There we go.
Not at all, yeah. So thanks, yeah, you've outed me. So guys, thanks for watching. Stay blessed. Please like, share and subscribe. And as I said, there's a sign on there with a big mouth and all that. You click it, you subscribe, and Godspeed in whatever your journey may be. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks guys. Bye.